Last time recap. The curry we made last time. Curry often ends up leftover. As I mentioned in the previous video, this time we're making a popular curry remake recipe. For those of you feeling Japan loss, for those who want to discover new dishes, for those who want to learn more about Japanese food. Today's dishes are curry udon and chewy curry bread. First, the ingredients: leftover curry, bread flour, salt, sugar, eggs, panko, breadcrumbs, dry yeast. First, we activate the dry yeast. Add 3 grams of dry yeast to 70 to 80 milliliters of warm water, about 42 degrees Celsius. Important point here: if the water goes over 45 degrees, the yeast will die and won't work. So be careful. Lightly dissolve it. Then add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar and mix again. Once mixed, cover it with a cloth or towel and let it rest for 20 minutes to keep the temperature. While that's resting, let's move on to the next step. $200 grams of bread flour. Oops, that's a bit too much. Add salt, about 1/2 to 1/3 teaspoon. Then add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. After 20 minutes, the yeast should look fluffy like this. Add it to the bowl. Crack 1 egg into a separate container and beat it. Add 1 tablespoon of the beaten egg into the bowl. Mix everything well. Once it starts to come together, knead it firmly by hand. This develops gluten and makes the bread chewy and fun to eat. When it's no longer powdery, smooth and slightly sticky, and you can stretch it into a thin membrane. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe to the channel and give it a like. Round it up and it's ready. Ferment the dough at 40 degrees using the microwave fermentation mode for 30 minutes. Now we have some time. So let's make curry udon. Ingredients: of course curry, udon noodles, Japanese long green onion, fried tofu, shiitake mushrooms, hondasher and kombu dashi, soy sauce and sake. Slice the shiitake into about 5 millimeters pieces. Next, the fried tofu. We need to remove excess oil. Pour boiling water over it like this to wash away the oil. This step helps the tofu absorb flavor better. After that, cut it into bite-sized pieces. Then cut the green onion for garnish. I'm using frozen udon today. I often see frozen udon sold overseas, at Asian supermarkets or Costco, so it's easier to find. Add 400 milliliters of water to a pot and heat it. Once it warms up a bit, add the shiitake. Add 1 tablespoon soy sauce, 1 tablespoon sake, teaspoon hondashi, 1 teaspoon kombudashi. If you can't get kombudashi, use 1 to 1.5 teaspoons of hondashi instead. Now add the main star, the curry, and heat it thoroughly. Once the curry is fully mixed and hot, add the fried tofu. Finally, add the udon and simmer lightly. That's basically done. In a frying pan, grill the green onions with a little oil until nicely browned. Once they look like this, plate everything and it's done. If you can't find fried tofu, slice firm tofu thin and fry it in oil. That works too. Give it a try. Before showing the final dish, let's go back to the curry bread. Reheat the curry. If you're not freezing it, from this step, mash the ingredients well. Large chunks won't fit inside the bread, so mash thoroughly. After that, adjust the thickness. Some curries are already thick, but if not, add flour 1 tablespoon at a time. This time I used 3 tablespoons. We're doing an extra twist today, adding boiled eggs. If you want a runny egg inside, freeze the egg once before using. This time, since it's for overseas viewers, I'm using fully cooked eggs. But for better visuals, take a cold egg straight from the fridge and boil it for 7 minutes. After 7 minutes, cool it in ice water. This part is a little surprise for later. Once cooled, peel the eggs. Looks like fermentation is done. It rose nicely. Sorry, but we're gonna punch it down. Release the gas and start shaping. I want large curry bread today, so I'll divide it into 4. In Japan, typical curry bread is about 1/6 to 1/8 size. Round the dough. And let it rest for another 10 minutes. All right, dough, time to wake up. Flatten the dough. Add the filling. First, the regular curry. Fold it in half. Seal the edges firmly so the curry doesn't leak. Next, an experimental one with raw egg yolk. And finally, cut the boiled egg. Look at that. Very Japanese style egg. Well, it gets fried later, so it didn't really need to be runny. Wrap it up carefully. Now ferment once more, at 40 degrees for 10 minutes. After fermentation, dip the dough in beaten egg. Then coat with breadcrumbs. Coat it well, for a crispy outside and chewy inside. Now just fry. This time I didn't have enough oil, and some parts burned, so I recommend using plenty of oil. Flip often, so it doesn't burn like mine. Recently, udon shops are opening overseas, so it might feel more familiar now. Many people have tried curry bread when visiting Japan. Every bakery has its own version, so bakery hopping in Japan is really fun. Here's the fried curry bread. Lots of filling, crispy outside, chewy inside. Even the texture is enjoyable. The egg ended up fully cooked. If you use a frozen egg, you'll get a runny center when you cut it. If you can get safe eggs, give it a try. Finally, top the curry udon with green onions, and that completes today's leftover curry remake. Thanks so much for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button.